Yeah, there were a lot. But like, that'll happen with like everything that you make. There will be tons of stuff that you've never, thought would or wouldn't happen. But I mean, one of the big things that like happened to us was our money person pulled out on us
Ah, yeah.
on the last quarter of the shoot.
Ugh.
Um, and it was the last payday for my crew. And um, the money person was wire transferring us money in pieces as opposed to having it all at once.
Okay.
Um,
Great.
and so I will never make a thing again in that model. Like I know it's a thing that happens a lot, but I'm not doing that again. It was madness. Like it was like the middle of a shoot day, and I was like, "Hey, man, where's the rest of this money? I need to pay everybody today." It was in between scenes. Like I'm the lead of the show, and this was one of the shoot days where like it wasn't heavily me, which is very rare because it usually was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I had like a 2 hour window where I needed to figure out where the fuck that I was going to find $18,000. Um, and because that's how much he was just like, bye. And
God.
I was like, okay, cool, fuckhead, thank you. Um, so me and my two producing partners just like literally called every fucking person on earth that we knew and begged them to please let us borrow money, and we need it by 5 p.m.
Oh my
today.
God, dude.
And it worked
Jesus.
out. We made it work, and we ended up not paying ourselves until 2 years later for the work on on the show. Um, but unfortunately, sometimes you gotta not pay yourself so that you can pay the people that you hired. So
Man.
yeah,
Wow.
so that's a big lesson that I learned.
I mean, that's amazing you were able to pull that off. Like that amount of money sounds like something I would, you would like crowdfund like months in advance and be like, this is a huge amount of money, but you're able to, man, that's nuts.
Well, yeah, because we pulled a lot of it out of our like own personal like life,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
then like we paid it all back like over like a over like a 2 year period, and
Yeah.
then we were able to pay ourselves for our actual work on the show.
Right.
So like a large chunk of that 18K came from us, and then we needed to like make up like I think it was like 6,500.
Yeah.
So it was pretty doable, but I mean, quote unquote, pretty fucking doable. But it was wild for a bit. And the crew had no idea. And I actually told one of the camera operators a couple of weeks ago that had happened, and then he was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Yeah, it was a wild time. It's like that's why when I like when we wrapped, I looked like I wanted to die, um, and I wasn't like smiling even though I was so happy is because I was so stressed out. Like when we wrapped, my producing partner came up to me and like she was like, "Listen, you should probably go like make a speech or something because we're done now, and that's what you do at the end." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that."
Man, that's amazing. Well, yeah, hopefully you never have to deal with anything like that. And that's something to be very cognizant and wary of. But like you said, I mean, yeah, I've talked to people that have worked with that kind of model, but it seems, yeah, like there's no guarantees that that person won't just vanish and leave you out to dry like that.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
a pretty
scary.
common model. Like it's kind of like how a lot of it works. But I don't know if I can do that again. Um,
Yeah. No, I mean,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Cool.